Okay guys, I'm here to talk to you about some of things that really concern me when it comes to hair. Sometimes we have a lot of people, at least a lot of stylists, who just get their braiding license and feel like they can do natural hair. Now I'm gonna give you guys some tips to weed out people who claim to be professionals but they're not. They just want your money and they're going to damage your hair. Now, first and foremost, the first way to know if someone knows how to deal with your hair, if they tell you to come with your hair washed, that's a big X. Because a professional knows that they must ensure that the client's scalp is clean, cleansed, deep conditioned, and heat protected. So if you find someone to tell you to come with your hair washed, that's a big X. Don't go to them because, for one, they don't know what they're doing, because professionals know they have to make sure your hair is conditioned properly. So don't go to them. That's a big X. 2, the type of tools they use. Are the flat iron plates scratched? Does their blow dryer, how does it look? Does it just feel like a bunch of heat on your head? All that plays a big role, because if they were professionally trained, they would know the importance of having tools that are not defective to the client. Because if a flat iron is scratched and they use that on your head, that's like scorching your hair. It's like they're basically scorching your hair. So you want to make sure that the person you go to knows what they're doing. Also, tip that I have found out with experience is, like they said, they tell you come with it washed. That's a big no. And also some of them, I would ask them what heat protectant to use on the hair, and they're like, huh? Like they don't know. They wouldn't put any heat protectant on the hair. But then at the last minute, they would say something like hair polisher or something. That's how I knew that they weren't properly qualified to do my hair. So that's why I have learned to do it myself. Because if I'm gonna put blame on anything for my hair, I rather put blame on myself than have to blame someone that I paid money for services to. So that's some ways also. That's some of the ways I have, with my experience, I've found out people who don't know what they're doing. So that's my little tip. It wasn't a long video, but that was some things that I've learned as well. So guys, be very careful with who you let touch your hair. When it comes to heat and perming and blah blah blah, whatever, if you're a natural relaxer, be very careful, because some people claim to be what they're not. And as simple things as what I just said, you can weed them out. You can just weed them out when they do that. But I know one school for sure. There's a few schools. If you see someone has a certificate from Avida, they should be qualified. And specifically also Dudley's. Anybody with a Dudley's certificate and they got a good grade in the class, I would trust them with my hair. Because the last lady I did my hair, she was certified Dudley's, and my hair was laid. It was healthy. She washed it and she deep conditioned it, because I thought I had to come with it washed. She told me, no, I have to wash your hair again. I have to make sure your hair is clean, and I have to give you a treatment before I apply heat to your hair. So with simple things is that you can know if someone really knows what they're doing with your hair. And you don't want just anybody applying heat to your hair, especially direct heat. So that was my little bit of tips to you. Be very aware, because we have a lot of people, wolves in sheep clothing around here, who don't care about the health of your hair. They just want the money. And they might give you results that look like this in the beginning. It won't look this shiny and whatever, but it's gonna look laid. But then the minute you step out in humidity, it's gonna revert, because your hair wasn't deep conditioned and protected. So that's my little tips. I hope you guys enjoy. Please be very careful with who you let touch your hair, because you should be accountable for anything that happens to your hair, because you let it happen. You let the person who wasn't qualified touch your hair. So that's all I have to say today. Thanks for watching.